Hello, my dear students. I am CP sir. Today we are going to discuss about the lifelines of national economy of our country. Dear student, this is the chapter number 7 of your geography, and it will be comes in term 2. So here we discuss about what are the important things which are there in this chapter, like transportation, like communication, trade and commerce. So all these, including all these things, they are known as the lifelines of national economy of our country. So now, as I have already told you about the means of transportation, so what you observe in this picture, you find that there are various means of transportation, like roadways, waterways, railways, and airways. So we have aeroplane, then road vehicles like truck, buses, railways like metro train, metro gauge train, narrow gauge train, waterways, steamer, ships. All these things, they are the means of transportation. So now we are going to discuss about the means of transportation. Before we are going to discuss about the means of transportation, now look at these. These are the means of communication. As today we are going to discuss with the online classes, YouTube channel, we are using mobile phone, we are using television, we are using newspaper. All these things, these are the means of communication. So means of communication may be formal or informal. So dear students, now we are going to discuss about the transportation. You know about the transportation. So importance of transportation and communication. We use different materials and services in our daily life. Like we are using motorbike, we are using telephone, we are using mobile internet. All these things are the means of transportation and communication. So some of these are available in our immediate surroundings, while the other requirements are met by bringing things from other places. So for example, if we need something, we want to go abroad, so we used to go by the plane. So plane is air, say aeroplane. So the plane surrounding, it's not available at immediate. We used to book a ticket and then we will fly to the abroad. So goods and services do not move from supply locals to the demanded locals on their own. So dear students, the movement of these goods and services from their supply locations to the demand locations necessitates the needs for the transportation. And so these roadways and railways, or we can say waterways, or any other and they really help us to send the things from one place to another. So some people are engaged in facilitating these movements. So these are known to be traders who make the products comes to consumers by transportation. As we studied in manufacturing, the previous chapter, that how these things are made in the factories and the industries. So we are also classify the things on the basis of their on different basis, like on the basis of raw material, on the basis of main rule, or we can say on the basis of capital, so on the basis of ownership, isn't it? So dear students, so the pace means the speed of the development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement over space. So therefore, efficient means of transport are prerequisites for the fast development. So dear students, transportation has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system. So therefore, we all know that transport, communication, trade are comparatively, or we can say they are complementary to each other. Means they are work hand in hand, they are depend to each other, so they are supplementary to each other. So we need all these things for the communication, for the trade we need transportation, for the transportation we need for we need transportation and trade we need communication. So today we I am in front of you, or you are just listening. So this is the means of communication. Okay, so on the basis of all these, we classify the transportation on various ways, like we can say land transportation, water transportation, and air transportation, and communications in the form of newspaper, radio, television, cinema, internet, etc. So railways, airways, waterways, newspaper, radio, television, cinema, and internet, etc., have been contributing to its socio-economic progress in many ways. So the trades from local to international level have added to the vitality of its economy. It has enriched our life and added substantially to growing amenities and facilities for the comforts of life. So now means of transportation, as I have already told you about the means of transportation. So we divided the means of transportation in three ways. One is land transportation, water transportation, and air transportation. So land transportation again subdivided. So in land transportation we have roadways, railways, and pipeline. Water transportation, inland waterways, overseas waterways. Inland waterways means the within a very large sea or a lake or a river. All these are the inland waterways, and overseas it include the oceans and the large seas like Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and then we can say Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Then airways, domestic airways and international airways. Domestic airways within the country, international airways with the other countries. So public and private. So public undertaking and private airlines. So both domestic and international, both are public as well as private. Now comes to the roadways. So dear students, roadways still have aged over railways in views of the ease with which they can be built and immediate the growing importance of road transport versus of rail transport is rooted in the following reasons. Means road, sometime the if we are comparing, so roadways is very important as compared to the railways. So the construction cost of roadways is much lower than the railways. That of railways, we spread the railway lines, and it cost largely as compared to pay the roads. So roads can traverse comparatively more distracted and undulating topography. Roads can negotiate higher gradients of stops, and such can traverse mountains such as the Himalayas. So we can reach to the Himalayas, but we are unable to reach by the railways. Although we have the railways in in Katra or in Simla, so we have different types of railways there. So in Simla we have narrow gauge. So up to Jammu and Kashmir we have broad gauge. So our railways also categorized or divided into three gauges. So road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distances. So it is the road to road, door to door facilities. The roadways provide door to door facilities. So road transport is really very beneficial to us. So it also provides door to door services. Thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower than that of railways and other means of transportation. So road transport is also used as feeder to the other modes of transport, such as they provide link between railway station, air, and post. So dear students, now here we have the benefits of the roadways. So roads needs less capital than the railways. Road transport provides door-to-door services, as I have already told you. The road transport provide flexible services to man and material. Road transport is useful in small distances. As we are talking about the railways is really useful for the far distance, long distance. So road transport is helpful in production of perishable goods, as it facilitates the distribution of perishable goods from point of production to point of the consumption. So roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes, and as such can traverse mountains such as the Himalayas. So now look at these. These are the some things. There's Atal Tunnel. It is in Rohtang Pass, Manali to Leh. It's very important. It's a construct within the mountains. Now look at this. The roads negotiate higher gradients. So these are the very mm, very dangerous road transportation, but we need all these things because in the mountains we need the roadways. So roadways. Now the question to you all: this in India, road by the following six classes according to their capacity. So my dear students, so we will discuss this points, the classification of roads in our next video. Till that, you please like my video, subscribe my video, and share to all your friends, and those who really wants to learn, please send this video. Please like my channel, cbse. Thank you. Have a nice day.